Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Dev Chat for today, November 25th?
Hello.
7th, November 27th, 2019.
Do you know what day it is?
No,
Okay.
no. This is Faye.
Hi,
This is our development assistant.
I am.
I'm Will Hungerford. Let's talk about things. So first off, we have some announcements to make. Let's talk about the stream schedule because, as many of you know, we are all celebrating Thanksgiving here in the United States. So tomorrow, there will not be a Get Your Paint On like normal. We're all going to be with our families and friends, eating lots of turkey and other good things. But usually, every Wednesday and Thursday at 10 a.m. Pacific, you can catch Dev Hangout on Wednesdays, which what you're watching now, where usually Oz and I get on and talk about what's coming up, but Oz is out for the holidays.
Yep, he's taken Thanksgiving one day early.
So now we have the delightful Faye.
Yay!
Thursdays usually Get Your Paint On with Jordan Lamb, where Jordan paints the models we make and goes over hobby tips and tricks with you. And then we have two semi-regular shows, Staff Showdown, where we play the games we make, and Hobby Hangout, where either Brian McLaughlin or Danny get on and teach you how to convert models or make your own terrain. I believe the next one is for that is going to be Danny showing everyone how to make a Riot Quest trap token, like an actual custom model, which will be pretty cool. So make sure you check that out.
Yeah,
but
he's got a really good idea.
does he?
I'm looking forward to seeing it.
I'm excited to find out what it is too. But we'll be back to streaming like normal next week. No Get Your Paint On tomorrow. Let's talk about subscriptions. If you're watching us on Twitch, we're taking subscriptions. We have been for some time, and as we get more subs, we unlock more emotes. There's a ton right now, more that are on the screen, and once we get to 120 subs, which we're dangerously close, we will unlock the Riot Quest loot coin. I almost said loot token, which I guess is also correct. We need to unlock this. So let's get up to 120 subs. Don't forget you can use Amazon Prime to give out your sub, and if your sub has expired, you can resub, and we will love you forever, constantly.
I am the official Oz proxy, somebody asked. If Oz isn't here, I fill in, and that is all.
Oh, Twitch chat is asking if you're the Oz proxy. Here's the
Yeah.
question. If Oz and I both die.
Oh, I'm screwed.
Okay.
I cannot run this by myself. This show explodes.
Okay. Well, you should be prepared because who knows what'll happen.
I mean, you could both choke on turkey tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then Monday we'll roll around.
And your development.
That's
Cheers on the promotion.
okay.
Let's talk about Mini Crate while we're still alive. Right now, the Disco Infernal is available till December 19th. And I know we don't have an image of it, but a special preview search popping up on social media of what's going to be available on December 20th, which is the Grim Stalker. You can find that one online right now, but we don't have a preview of it because it's not the current one.
That's true.
If you do a 6-month sub to Mini Crate, you will get 2 Trancer Dancers as your VIP model in your next shipment. It's going to be great. Pick them up. Over on the L5R side of things, that's Legend of the Five Rings, Miramoto Prodigy is the current model available till December 5th, my birthday. And until May 5th, the new VIP model available is Tengu Sensei with the big old wings.
Yeah, he's very cool looking.
Privateer Press, we make super sweet angel models.
That's pretty much all we make.
Speaking of things that are not angels and don't have wings, the Savage Mini Crate, the Serpent Man is available till December 12th, one of the sweetest looking non-angel models we've made in quite some time. And we only have till January 12th until Conan on the Throne is no longer available. So if you're wanting one, make sure you pick one up now. So we have something else to tell everyone about. It's not just Mini Crate. Black Friday sales have started. Wah, 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 wah.
Yep.
Do you have an air horn, Tony?
Please, God.
It's close enough. So from November 28th to December 6th, you can see you get scaling discounts based on how much you purchase. Now, Black Friday is way past December 6th, so this is a pretty long Black Friday sale.
Yeah, we usually extend for the week past
Yeah.
to give everyone a chance.
Call this sale Spray 10 because it's going on a little bit longer than you think. Now,
Hungerford, I need you to never make that joke again because I can't handle it.
that's fine. Let's move on to some of the things available online as well. There's the mystery boxes. Boop. So each box is only $59.99, and it's got $300 of stuff in it.
Yep.
And at least $200 worth of War Machine and Hordes product. Now, one thing to note, previous mystery boxes were themed. You would get like all Khador, all Crix, all Legion. But this one, this is a just pure mismatch of different stuff.
Yeah. If you're looking for like hobby projects, this is a thing to pick up.
Yes.
Because it's going to get you a lot of cool stuff.
But you're also going to get some sweet merch too. This could be
absolutely.
plushies, this could be clothes, this could be patches. So you just get $300 worth of just succulent goodness for only $59.99. And that is part of the Black Friday sale.
Right.
And Tony, do we have the gear ball and pillar? Do we have an image for that? We don't? Okay, so just so people know, the gear ball and pillar Riot Quest set is available, which gives you new gear cards and a new style of card that lets you put those models into play. We showed those recently on one of the staff battle reports, so check it out. And that's the beginning of a new style of gear that lets you drop physical models into the arena that you and your opponents can interact with, which is not only, like, this is the first taste of it, but we will have a full-on gear expansion, like retail box set that comes out later in 2020.
Also got the Winter Rampage one, right?
Well, that's not a gear.
Okay.
That does something weirder and more different and messes with bounties. And it's not like put a turret into play or put wormholes into play, which is what the gear set's going to end up doing. But the grind pillar is sort of your like first sneak peek at how it's going to work.
That's right.
So it's only $20. You get the two models, you get all the cards you need. Make sure you pick it up. Speaking of Riot Quest.
What?
That's what we're talking about today.
About Riot Quest?
We are. So for those of you watching, here's what we're talking about today. We're going to show you the full rules for the following Riot Quest models: Gurglepox, Destructotron, and Flug. Their gear cards. And then, since no one's seen the War Machine Horrors rules yet for Gurglepox and Flug, we're going to show you the currently in final testing War Machine Hordes rules for them so you can see what they're all about. Yeah. Gurglepox is going to blow some people's minds.
Yes, he will.
So Tony, shall we jump right into it? That's a yes, because the screen just goes dark and we become a tiny little picture. Tony says so much with so little.
He had the weirdest smirk ever too. It was...
Yeah, it was bizarre. Let's pull up the first one, Tony. So coming out in December, when the first model's available at your stores. It's early in December, too. I want to say it's like December 13th, somewhere around there. Destructotron 3000.
Yeah.
A gunner-based hero who will absolutely... He does one thing. Destructotron was programmed only to kill.
Yes, he is murderbot extraordinaire.
Yeah, in Riot Quest, he doesn't have any fancy tricks. He doesn't move people around. He doesn't protect people. He doesn't make things harder or better or easier to hit. He just shoots you in the face really hard.
Yes.
So he has a range 3 electro pummeler, which is 1 blue and 1 red. Seems low, but he's got point blank. So that actually goes up to 1 blue and 3 red when he's next to you. And then he has disintegrate, which says you can re-roll all the red dice.
Yes.
And he's got aim because he's a gunner, which lets him re-roll all his white dice.
And re-rolling red dice is really potent because you can really fish for those super strikes without taking a lot of risk.
Yes.
It's really nice.
It's if you want a... Like even Bella, who is really just a melee missile, right?
That's right.
But she has Dirty Fighter. She has that element of map control that if you're next to her and you walk away, you take damage. Like Destructotron is even more just straight up a missile.
Oh yeah.
Like get up there and just shoot someone's face clean off.
Yes. Yeah. And he's really good at it. He ends up in a lot of lists and he ends up with, whatever +1 red die equipment you can put on him.
Yeah.
Probably bang rounds.
Bang rounds of dematerializer.
Yeah.
If you need someone who can super damage the 8 defense characters, this is someone who can do it.
Yeah.
Matt Getz, one of my favorite human beings on the planet, is in Twitch chat right now and says that Destructotron has the same vulnerability as Ed 209, stairs. I agree. Destructotron cannot navigate stairs. He probably just disintegrates them and then just falls through the hole he makes. And then wobbles back up like a top and just takes off.
Okay.
Yep. All right. Let's look at the gear card you get in his blister, which is the Incendiary Gel. So this is 2 modes. First off, you can raid treasure chests without spending a die, no matter who it's on, no matter what kind of chest it is. It's just free raids. Then, whenever that person raids a chest, you have the choice. You can roll a power die and basically make the chest explode.
Sure.
You'll get the loot like normal, but then every other model but the person raiding the chest takes damage equal to whatever the results of 1 red die are.
Yeah.
So it's, being able to raid for free is just worth 2 loot. Like that's just a good ability. But in addition, if you need to plink somebody for a little extra damage before you attack them, you can like come up to somebody, open a chest for free, roll the red die, get probably a point of damage in there, and then attack them afterwards.
Yeah, and that incendiary charge, the power die really does come up a good amount of time because people go off, get a treasure chest, and then kind of stay there for a couple of rounds, and the treasure chest can respawn there.
Yeah, it's super, super good.
Yeah.
Let's move on to our next hero coming out in December, which I believe is Gurglepox.
Yes.
So Gurglepox is a specialist. He has Tinker, like all other specialists, making loot cost less. He's kind of melee focused. He has this scrap saw. He rolls 3 blues, but he's got Scavenge that says if he hits you, you gain 2 loot tokens.
Yes.
Which is just one of the only ways in the game right now to just get loot without opening a chest or killing somebody.
That with Tinker is...
Yeah, he just walks up, hits you, and can pretty much equip anything that costs 4 or less.
Yes.
Or equip someone else near him that costs 4 or less. Then, in addition, he has Caustic Fumes, which is kind of a reverse of what Bella does. If he's next to you when he runs, you roll a red die and you deal that much damage to an enemy adjacent to you. So basically, the fumes coming out of his Death Ripper are toxic, and they hurt you as he sort of farts away and leaving behind a toxic cloud. I mean, that's what it is.
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Let's not lie about what it is.
Yeah, he's a really great hero. I remember playing him quite a bit and having him be just very successful at control and Tinker, right?
Right.
Doing the both in combination.
And compared to other specialists, you know, you look at Bamfist. Bamfist has Empower. You look at Wendell, who has Annoyance and Dismantle. You look at Widget, who just runs scenarios. So Gurglepox does something very different in that he can just sort of plink damage out there, but more importantly, he's easy access to loot.
Yeah.
With Scavenge, you can just go get 2 loot, get 2 loot, get 2 loot over and over again. And that's sort of his power as a specialist, if you're considering him over the others and what they can possibly do. Mr. Malorian on Facebook says, can you confirm that Destructotron 3000 is the love child of Nemo 4 and Iron Mother? No, I don't even know how that works, because he's a giant floating ball and she's no.
Also, like, they're soul vessels, right? So like, I don't know.
No.
I don't think we want to go into this. I think this is a terrible idea.
So the gear that comes with Gurglepox is the phylactery grenade. So this is a one-use item that goes in your discard pile and you can get it back. At the end of a hero's activation, you can use the phylactery grenade. If you do, you choose another hero, that's friend or foe. Within 2 spaces of this model, return that model to controlling player's bench, then discard this card. So if someone has gotten really out of control and they have like really good gear on them, or you need one of your own characters to suddenly evacuate and get back out, you phylactery grenade them, discard the card, and you just whoop, put them back on the bench.
It's a very interesting gear card that plays a little bit like the Transmutation Elixir, but does something really different in a very fundamental way, and it's an interesting card.
Yeah,
definitely.
Now you notice it says model and not hero, and that's really important because one of the things it does is gear models say that when they're removed from the arena, they don't go to a cooler; they're just removed from the game. You can phylactery grenade a gear model and just get rid of it.
So if that wall has been walling your wall,
yes,
you can get rid of it.
If somebody's got the grinder going nuts, or somebody puts like the wormholes in play or the turret in play, you can phylactery grenade and just bloop, and just it's gone.
Cool.
That's the sound it makes, by the way. Let's move on to the rules for Flugwug, which people have seen before.
Okay.
So Flugwug, he's the fastest, most mobile little loot getter you ever will have.
Yes. Yeah.
With leap, sneak, and the ability to retrieve raid chests from 3 spaces away, and a range 3 melee attack with his sticky tongue, def 5, speed 5, stamina 2. This guy is just wherever he wants to be, raiding whatever he wants to raid. He is the mobility rogue.
Yes. Yeah. I really like always having him ready to come out at any moment, right? So like, I don't usually put him down in the first 4 heroes, but I really want him on the bench so that he's ready to go grab that thing that I need.
Yeah, and when you need to hit somebody from like super far downtown, like you give him telescoping blades, he can move 5, leap, and then attack from 5 away.
Yeah.
That's a 12 space.
That is, generally speaking, the entire width of the board.
Yeah.
Right.
Like you don't even have time to get ready for it. You just get sucker punched by his tongue in the back of your nugget from just downtown. The gear he comes with, which is inside the treasure chest expansion, is the magnetic gloves. By the way, I am so happy that when I did the art brief for this, I was like, the glove should be doing the metal sign. And they just nailed it. I think this was Andrea, if I'm not mistaken. Just nailed the art on this.
This is beautiful.
This gear is crazy good. At the start of the hero's activation, you can place the treasure chest on any other beacon closer to them. And one thing to remember is when it's your turn to have priority, you can equip someone before you choose which hero you're activating.
Yeah.
So you can just drop magnetic gloves on a hero, activate them, and just yoink the treasure chest from anywhere to somewhere near so you can guarantee you get it. Mm-hmm. This is a super powerful, cheap piece of gear that your opponent has to deal with. You either have to knock this hero out to get rid of it, or use someone like Gorman to strip it off and break it. Otherwise, like if you let the hero just sit around with magnetic gloves in like the back corner, and all they do every turn is just go like bloop, bloop, bloop.
Yeah, especially if you've got somebody like Bamfist to give them 2 turns in a single round.
Yeah,
like
you're just getting all the treasure you ever need, always. Alex Barker on Facebook says 2 stamina for Flugwug. Yes, he is a little guy. You'll notice that like Gubbin 5'6", 2 stamina, Flugwug 5'6", 2 stamina. Most of the itty bitty sort of like super quick get in there and get the job done. Especially if you have a def 5'6", you're often going to have really, really low stamina.
Yeah, I mean, you know, those.
But he can get into cover whenever he wants to.
Those characters that can reach out and touch somebody wherever they need to, that they can get any loot on the or objective on the table pretty much whenever they need to. They have to have a drawback, and that's usually stamina.
Also, if your defense is a 5'6", you're harder to hit. Stand in cover, you're 6'7".
Yeah.
And like 7 is near construct level. Most every construct has a super defense of 8. So if you have a little guy like that who can then attack from, like we said, like up to 12 spaces away telescoping, who's like defense 7, like stamina 2, trust me, it's where he needs to be. We played him at stamina 3 for a while, and it was a nightmare.
Yeah.
So that's all the Riot Quest hero and gear rules coming out for these models. But I think it's time that we show some people some War Machine rules. Now, everyone has seen Destructotron 3000. They've seen his final rules. They've been in the Convergence CID this whole time.
Yep.
Which everyone in chat, by the way, that participated in the CID, thank you very much.
Yes,
and thank you,
indeed.
Faye, for being such a massive help in running the CID. So
Day and night.
Yes, you responded to dang near everything and then got Oz and I all the information. So everyone in chat, please thank Faye.
Yay.
Let's talk about some more War Machine and Hordes rules real fast. So everyone see Destructotron. Let's take a look, before you put it up, Tony, warning. These rules are currently in testing and have not been through final editing. These rules are subject to change. If you see something and it upsets you greatly, there is a possibility this is not the final version that you will see. Let's take a look at Flugwug. So Flugwug is a pretty potent little combat solo for only 4 points.
Yes.
Let's talk about what he's got going on. First off, speed 6, mat 7, amphibious, immunity corrosion, stealth. But let's talk about how much he moves around.
Everywhere.
He's got Repo 5, he's got Jump, he has Greased Palms that says whenever he's got a loot coin, he has parry. He has Money is Power like Dez, so he can have up to 3 loot tokens and he can spend them to boost attack and damage. He has Mug that says when he hits somebody, he gets a loot token, which means you hit and get the loot token and can spend it to boost damage immediately or hold on to it to have parry. He has a Sticky Tongue attack, which is range 4, has pull, and he makes 2 attacks. And yes, we know there is a typo that he works for Legion, not Legion. As I mentioned,
Not final.
not final.
Also, do remember, Mug is an enemy model. You can't hit your own models in Mug. That would be ridiculous.
Yes, you can't be in the bag just like robbing Madrak, just taking coins out of his pocket and be like, that is the sound Flug
Although
makes.
I kind of now want us to just make that model. I don't know what it would be. I think I'm just going to convert somebody that just stands behind Madrak in one of my armies that just
sits
steals
there
stuff
and just
from him.
steals stuff from
We don't know
him.
what it is. It doesn't matter.
So Flugwug moves up 6, jumps forward, range 4, hits a guy, drags him in, gets a loot token, maybe spends it to boost damage, maybe spends it to boost the attack on the second attack, or doesn't spend it, hits him again, spends that second loot token to boost damage on the second attack, holds onto the first one he got, and then repos 5 with parry.
Yeah.
He's super mobile. he can come from really far away and then drag key models where they need to be as well.
I mean, he has a, 15-inch base threat.
Yes.
Like-
So he's really good. And he's only 4 points. So, Def 14, Arm 14. Most of that armor, I think, is probably coming from all the loot he's carrying. Like he's holding the treasure chest in front of him.
Yeah,
like
he's got the treasure chest like in his mitts. So,
yes.
Yeah.
So, Flugwug, these are probably going to be dang near the final rules you're going to see on them. I mean, we'll probably fix the Legion typo, but don't hold me to that. Let's go ahead and take a look at something a little crazier, and this is the Gurglepox rules.
Oh, man.
Okay. First off, Gurglepox costs 7 points and have 15 damage boxes. He has Special Issue, which is a new rule that you might see more of in the future. And I want to talk about that rule before I go anything else. Special Issue says this model cannot be taken as a requisition option.
Yes.
Here's why. There are models that we're going to make that we want to push in terms of how powerful they are. Like if we wanted to make, say, a 9-point Doom Reaver solo who is medium based, but we don't want you to be able to take it for free in the theme forces, we don't need to go back and change every single theme force every single time. What we could do on these very specific cases, we could do something like Special Issue and say, you just have to buy this model. You can't get it for free. Because otherwise, 2 Crix theme forces say you get 3 Necrotech solos for free, and one of those could be a free Master Gurglepox, and that's not okay.
Yeah, that was one of the best parts about balancing the Archons is that they weren't requisition options,
Yes.
right? And that was so important going into it. So this rule should really open up design space in the future.
Yes. So, talk about his offensive capability. He's a Cav model with crit shred on a Mat 6 saw. That's Palpable Strength 13, and he has Dismantle. Yeah. So you charge in, you get the extra die to hit because you are Cav.
Yep.
You have a better chance of triggering crit shred. If you're hitting a Jack, you're effectively a weapon master. So you're getting a 4-die Power plus Strength 13. This is not including Dark Shrouds or anything else that you've got out there because you're playing him in Crix. And then he would get a second attack. This is also not including his mount attack, which comes up at Power plus Strength 12 because his mount is the Jack. He's steady.
Yep.
Just a good little Jack rider. He has dodge, and he gives all Bone Jacks dodge.
Yeah, he's just, he's kind of tipsy, moves around really quick. Nobody can quite nail down him and his Jacks.
Yes. You know what Stalkers needed?
No.
You know what Helldivers needed?
No.
Dodge.
I don't appreciate this.
So he also has a really good repair at D3 plus 1. Yeah, D3 plus 1 is what we ended up with. He has reposition, so he's also pretty mobile. And he is a channeler, so that you can channel spell through him because he is riding a Bone Jack.
Yeah, he is a Necrotech on a Bone Jack, so he kind of smushes both the best parts together.
Yes. So a lot of people were wondering if he was going to be a Necrotech buff, but the way we wanted to go with him was that he's leading other Bone Jacks into battle.
Right.
Like he's riding one with a saw in hand, sort of leading the charge and buffing those nearby, repairing them when they get broken, like walking over and just fixing that arc node really fast, while he himself is a decent enough threat.
Yep.
Now, he is currently Command 5, and that means you do have to play him close to the other Bone Jacks that you want to play. We tried him at bigger commands, and it was too strong. Like if you got up to Command 8 or something like that, it just covered too much. So we definitely want him staying with the Bone Jacks that you're keeping in place.
Absolutely, and we definitely don't want him to be able to say you have a bunch of ambushing models that are getting a new ambush rule, to be able to give them all dodge the very second they pop up anywhere on the board. Maybe not.
So someone says, can you repair? Yes, he is a construct and undead, and repair says range base to base target-friendly faction construct model, so he can repair himself.
Yes.
Here's the thing to consider. He's a 7-point, 14/14, 15 damage box solo with dodge.
Yes.
Let's just say he didn't do anything, with repair as well. Let's just say he didn't do anything else for Bone Jacks, which he does. This guy is excellent at sitting on flags. He also just can't be knocked down, so you can't negate that Def 14 easily. Also with Repo 3, he can go in there and sort of just get in a position. Like, he has a lot of applications.
Yes, he really does.
So, Mr. Malorian says, did we consider making him a junior warcaster? Not even once.
No.
Never came up?
He's a Necrotech. He doesn't have magic. He has
More Nebra's a master Necrotech.
But she's like, I don't know. She's kind of a bit of 2 boxes.
Yeah. No, Crick is getting a 6 4.
Yeah, that's true.
They're getting a super junior.
They already have 3 juniors at this point. Well, with Asphyxious 4.
Bad Kador player on Facebook or Twitch says, a model is considered base to base with itself. Yes. Now you've got me questioning myself, but yes, you are base to base with yourself.
I'm also 90% sure that's true.
Yes.
I can't remember. Can galvanizers repair themselves?
Yeah, you're base to base with yourself. You're base to base with yourself. And if I'm wrong, I never said this.
I mean, Travis was in chat. Maybe he can slap us.
No, you're totally base to base with yourself. Ed Burrell says, so good. Yeah, Gurglepox seems like a lot of fun.
He is real strong. We probably will get, one more test win with them, just to be sure that everything feels real good.
I might be wrong about the base to base with yourself. I'll correct it later. I'll find out.
I was thinking
there's a lot of rules, and I have to look them up sometimes.
I was slightly uncertain because I didn't remember galvanizers being able to repair themselves.
So maybe he can't repair himself. We've never done it in playtest.
I have never done it either. So but it's so rare that you end up needing to repair yourself. But
I don't know. I'll have to look it up. Thanks, chat. Thanks for doing that to me. I appreciate you. Anyway, so that's the look at Gurglepox. So that's all the stuff that is coming out in December. And everyone, if you're looking for the Destructotron rules, they were part of the CID. Let's get to some questions and see if anyone has anything in Twitch or Facebook they want to know.
Yeah.
So I see Cooney Man saying that Death Rippers are 6 points for an Arc Node, and this guy's only 7 points for a Channeler Arc Node as well.
Yeah.
Now, he doesn't have as many boxes as a Bone Jack.
Yeah.
He's got 15 boxes versus I think it's 20?
It was 20, yeah.
Yeah, 20 on both Bone Jacks. So. Epic Cray wants to know about Warcaster. I wish I could tell you more.
We can tell you that it has a name. It's Warcaster.
Matt did a interview with Minority Report podcast, and then I did one just recently. And I don't think the one I've done has gone up yet, but the one that Matt Wilson did with Minority Report is available. If you go find their podcast, that's Damon, Terrence, and Isaiah. Matt talks about a fair amount of information in there, kind of like gives some ideas and stuff.
We are
like that.
definitely deep in development, right? We are.
Yes.
It's burning on all cylinders.
Yep. Riker's Iron. Is the Riot Quest pack online only available during Black Friday sale, or is it a new product online only available forever?
It's only available forever.
Yeah, it's going to be on. I think it's available. No, the answer is it's available until supplies run out.
That's true.
So
yes.
we are not. This is a limited time kit that is not just for Black Friday, as far as I'm aware.
Yes, that's correct.
But when it runs out, and there won't be more. So get it while you can.
The benefit of buying it during Black Friday is obviously hitting up those tiers to get the money off.
Striker wants to know, which of these was the hardest to balance? Well, for War Machine, it would have been Destructotron.
Yeah, I mean, we ended up Destructotron. He has those 2 slam guns. That was the thing that worried me the most when I started working on him.
Superconduction.
Yeah, that was very, very powerful. It was, and the other problem is we were kind of balancing it, looking forward, knowing that there's a bunch of electrical stuff coming up.
Yeah.
And we kind of wanted to get him to be a keystone to that electrical army before we really let it go to CID. Okay. So,
Black Friday Helga 2 spoilers. People want Helga 2 spoilers. It's so early.
I wonder why.
It's so early.
Well, she has a Meat Thresher tire. Does she do?
I mean,
anything?
people know that she's a Cav Warlock.
Okay. Maybe she does something with Meat Threshers. I don't know.
People know that she does something for Meat Threshers.
Okay,
they don't know what it is, but they know that she makes Meat Threshers better. She's really fast. She's got a good speed.
What?
She's got a good mat.
That's weird.
She has 2 melee weapons. They hit pretty hard.
She is a absolutely gorgeous model. I have seen it.
I'll tell you a spell she's got. I'll tell you 2 spells she's got.
Whoa.
Tony, I'm going to do this. I'm just calling it an audible.
Okay.
Tony's giving me the I approve of what you're doing 100% look.
Either that or the large eyes, not 100% sure what's happening.
This is 100% Tony's fine with it. She has Engine of Destruction, which is ridiculous on her.
It also makes 100% sense.
And she's primed.
Yeah.
And primed in minions is hilarious.
It is. I absolutely love exploding pigs.
Yeah. Exploding pigs, it's so good. All right, let's see if we have any other questions coming up. Oh, by the way, everyone, the
Stormbreaker.
Thank you. Stormbreak story finally ended. Aaron wrote the final chapter, the results of which were based off of the Skyship narrative. We did it, lock and load. It's available for free online right now. I think if you go to one of our news items or most recent insiders, it's Aaron talking about it, and you can find the link to it. And I don't want to spoil it for you, for those of you who haven't read it, but there is major character development or permanent end of character development.
Death and maiming? Is that what's happening?
So make sure, if you've been following the plot, and for those of you hungry for more fiction, you can go read the entire story now. It's all available for free, and make sure you read the end of it, because this is sort of the end of the big Laylee's arc that occurred. And a lot of other things get tied up too. So go read it, totally free, don't miss it. Let's see.
Oh, people love Butcher 4. Yeah, Butcher 4 is actually, I wish that we had thought about special issue a little bit earlier, because I might have wanted to end up giving him, like, moving his rules slightly around and giving him special issue. But yeah, he's a great model. He works really, really well with a lot of stuff.
Vruke asks, will you ever make Morty 2 playable? Well, Morty 2 is perfectly playable. There's several theme forces that she works in. I'd recommend playing with her more and seeing what kind of lists you can experiment with and what you can end up doing. When the new Helldiver Burrow comes out, it's pretty good because you can locomotion them, and they can forfeit movement and attack, and you can pop the feet to flank with them. It's pretty solid.
I'm a really big fan of her with potentially in Strange Bedfellows having like galvanizers, a good chunk of galvanizers because they're nice and cheap. You can take the ADOs in there, and you can get the extended induction range, and then having Helldivers also in the same battle group to be able to get forward. She's interesting, and she's definitely a little bit of a different play style. But
yep, the only way a model's unplayable is if you don't play with it.
That's valid.
Let's see, what other questions we got? If this dynamic update is centered on trolls, which are the next factions on your attention to have dynamic update? A little early to say. I don't want to get people sort of riled up, but we'll announce that probably soon after this dynamic update comes out. And one thing I do want to make clear to everybody again, this dynamic update is not centered on trolls as the entirety of the faction. It is very Creel Company focused.
Yes, exceedingly.
So models that are not available in Creel Company, you're probably not going to see touched on this one. Some more beasts.
Yeah.
But don't expect like the Northkin Bears to be on this dynamic update.
And also, why would they be? They're perfect in every way.
Oh, don't use those words. Never say things are perfect in every way.
I'm sorry, they're bears.
Pagani did that once with Paladins in a CID, and it was the end of the world. We can never say things are perfect. They're really good, and we recommend you play with them. It's okay.
Faux pas.
No, you're new to this. We'll get you there.
Okay, thank you.
Let's see if we have any other questions we want to get before we get out of here. Will the end of the Stormbreak story result in any new models to play? Yes.
I mean, Ashland too, right?
Some other stuff, yes. There'll be some stuff. There's some stuff.
Definitely Ashland too.
There's some stuff. I mean, definitely Ashland too, but there's other stuff as well. So, I think that's all the questions we want to hit real fast. Oh no, Nixu says you made a faux pas. You get out of here.
It's a faux pas.
A faux pas?
Yeah, I get it.
Thanks everybody for joining us today on Dev Chat. It's been a delight. For those of you celebrating Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving. I hope you eat everything. I hope you fall asleep watching football or just not outside in a ditch. Do whatever you have to do to be safe. And we will see you all next week when we return for streaming. Until next time, goodbye.
Bye.
Enjoy the Black Friday sale. It just started. It's live now.
Yeah.
Go get it.